Alice, a young and beautiful woman, leads a seemingly stable life with her boyfriend of many years. But her world changes when, on a whim, she decides to meet a mysterious stranger she encounters on the street. This impulsive act not only threatens her peaceful existence, but also disrupts her emotional stability, setting off a chain of events that spiral into confusion and danger. Alice crosses paths with Adam, a strikingly enigmatic man, when they both press a crosswalk button at the same time. Though brief, their touch sparks an undeniable connection. Her mundane life, once harmonious and predictable, is shaken by the electrifying attraction she feels toward this stranger. Despite herself, Alice becomes fixated on Adam. At work, she struggles to focus and eventually leaves under the pretense of an errand. She finds herself outside a bookstore where Adam is standing. Their eyes meet through the glass, and Alice, flustered and hesitant, debates whether to approach him. Unable to resist, she follows her instincts and steps into the store, drawn to his magnetic presence. Alice's impulsiveness takes her to Adam's apartment, a step that signifies her departure from her previously orderly life. There, she succumbs to her desire, beginning a passionate and tumultuous affair with him. She tells herself this is just a spark to enliven her dull existence, but she soon finds herself deeply entangled in her feelings for him. Alice learns that Adam is a renowned mountaineer with a tragic past. During a grueling expedition, he survived while losing his girlfriend to the unforgiving snow. His vulnerability and sorrow captivate Alice even further, cementing her belief that Adam is her one true love. However, this newfound romance leaves her riddled with guilt as she wrestles with betraying her longtime boyfriend. Unable to contain the truth any longer, Alice confesses her infidelity to her boyfriend, breaking off their relationship. She moves out of their shared apartment to pursue a life with Adam, whom she views as her soulmate. When Alice visits Adam's home unannounced, she is surprised to be greeted by another woman, who introduces herself as Adam's sister, Deborah. Despite her initial unease, Alice is relieved when Deborah seems welcoming and provides reassurance about Adam's character. With her doubts momentarily quelled, Alice grows closer to Adam, though she remains unaware of the secrets lurking beneath the surface. Alice and Adam's relationship progresses quickly, culminating in marriage. While this initially seems thrilling, Alice begins to sense that Adam's past holds dark secrets. As she delves deeper, the cracks in their relationship and in Adam's facade start to show. Alice starts receiving anonymous warnings, hinting that Adam may not be who he claims to be. Adam takes Alice to a secluded location under the guise of a romantic gesture, teaching her survival skills and introducing her to his world of adventure. Alice initially suspects that her ex-boyfriend might be behind the disturbing anonymous letters warning her about Adam. However, when she learns that her best friend has started dating her ex-boyfriend to comfort him after their breakup, Alice dismisses the idea that he could be involved. The matter resurfaces when Alice receives a call from Deborah, a magazine editor who had previously worked with Adam. Deborah informs Alice about a letter from a female reader accusing Adam of sexual assault years ago, believing Alice has the right to know as Adam's wife. Curious and unsettled, Alice disguises herself as a reporter and tracks down the accuser at the address provided. She meets a middle-aged woman who vividly describes the alleged assault in detail, leaving Alice shaken. However, Alice becomes suspicious when the woman makes an offhand comment about not having made any money that day. Unsure whether the story is true, Alice leaves the house with growing doubts about her husband's past. Alice begins to realize how little she truly knows about Adam, especially his history. To satisfy her curiosity, she decides to open a locked cabinet in their home. Using a key she finds in a drawer, she unlocks the cabinet and discovers climbing gear, along with an old letter. The letter reveals that Adam had a long-term affair with a married woman who eventually left him due to the emotional strain of their relationship. Overwhelmed by guilt, the woman ended their relationship at the peak of a mountain climb. Startled by Adam's sudden return home, Alice hurriedly locks the cabinet and acts as if nothing has happened. That night, Alice lies awake, haunted by the revelation and a growing sense of unease. The next morning, she attempts to reopen the cabinet only to discover that the key is missing. As she contemplates this, the doorbell rings. When she answers, no one is there, but a package is left on the ground. Alice completely fails at hiding her surprise, and both sides gasp with surprise. This discovery prompts Alice to visit the home of Adam's ex-girlfriend, guided by the address in the letter. There she speaks to the woman's mother, who reveals that her daughter has been missing for over 8 months and is presumed dead. While looking through a family photo album, Alice notices a photo of Adam and the missing woman taken in front of a statue. The angle and background are strikingly similar to one of Adam's photos Alice had seen before. Fear begins to set in, and when she returns home, she finds her belongings in disarray. Adam confronts Alice about her recent secretive behavior. He ties her hands and feet, accusing her of snooping and not trusting him. In a heated exchange, Adam pulls out the letters Alice had found, claiming he never intended to hide anything from her. He insists there is nothing shameful in his past, but Alice becomes convinced that Adam killed his ex-girlfriend. Maintaining her composure, Alice persuades him to untie her, then escapes through a bathroom window while pretending to use the toilet. Alice runs to the police station and shares everything she knows, including the photos and letters. However, the police find the evidence circumstantial at best, but argue that it's not enough to link him to murder. Despite Alice's concerns, Adam shows up at the station with Alice's shoes, acting concerned for her safety. The police detain him temporarily for suspected domestic violence, giving Alice time to act. Alice reaches out to Deborah and shares her suspicions, hoping to find someone who might believe her. Deborah confesses that she was the one who sent the anonymous letters, as she had her own doubts about Adam's innocence. Together, the two piece together their findings and conclude that Adam might have hidden the body of his ex-girlfriend near the statue seen in the photograph. However, Adam, having been released from police custody, tracks Deborah to her house. There, he finds Alice's pajamas and the two photographs on the table. Realizing where Alice and Deborah have gone, Adam quickly drives to the statue to stop them. As Alice and Deborah dig beneath the statue, they uncover the body of a woman. Deborah is horrified, while Alice notices something peculiar, a necklace around the corpse's neck. The necklace is identical to one that Deborah had previously gifted Alice, which makes Alice suspicious. Deborah's demeanor suddenly changes, and she reveals a dark, ferocious side. She confesses to being responsible for the deaths of Adam's previous girlfriends. Deborah had an obsessive and incestuous attachment to Adam, her brother, and wanted to keep him for herself. She admits to killing his ex-girlfriend and now plans to do the same to Alice. Just as Deborah moves to strangle Alice with the necklace, Adam appears and intervenes. He knocks Deborah down, saving Alice. He realizes that his ex-girlfriend's death, which had tormented him for years, was caused by his sister. Meanwhile, Deborah regains consciousness and picks up a shovel. However, Alice returns in time with the flare gun. She shoots Deborah, mortally wounding her. Deborah dies in Adam's arms. Adam decides to take responsibility for everything. He is sentenced to 2 years in prison for his involvement and complicity in the events. After his release, Adam and Alice meet again. They pass each other on an escalator, Adam ascending, searching for meaning and redemption, while Alice descends, returning to her normal life. The story ends with the poignant realization that their love was ultimately doomed by secrets, obsession, and betrayal.